Hi, everybody, and welcome to Module 4. We've been making some great progress in the class, and I'm excited to take a look at all the hard work that you've done so far. I really appreciate everything that you're doing and exploring in this class. And so if you want to toggle on over to the Module 4 content, I'm going to just do a quick walkthrough for you as usual. So in Module 4, the goal is to research the potential solutions to the problem that you've identified. And so then we're going to be synthesizing this research so that you can present it to me and to your peers. So it'll be a little different. You're going to be able to get some peer feedback as we move through this module, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So we have several activities that we're going to be doing in this module. So let's go ahead and click the next button. And you'll notice that there are, of course, some Module 4 top hat materials to review. So that would be the first thing to do before you complete the assignments so that you can get clarity on what's going on and get some good tips on how to put your assignments together for this week. So the next thing that you'll be looking at are some additional learning materials. So you're going to be thinking about some solutions, and there's a nice video there to help you get started on that as you begin brainstorming what to write for that assignment. So make sure you take a look at that video before beginning the assignment. And then we get to researching the solution. So as you can see, you're going to need between 3 and 4 hours for this assignment for researching, drafting, and conducting the peer reviews. The materials that you'll need will be Top Hat Chapter 8 on synthesis and Chapter 9 on citing resources. So make sure that you have reviewed those in full before you head on down here to the instructions for the assignment. So the first step, you can see you'll be developing a list of search terms. So you're going to write down some potential solutions to your problem. So I would suggest before you go out and Google things and begin researching and go to the library, that you just do some brainstorming, some pre-writing here, and get some of your ideas down. What do you think are some good solutions? And then see if you can go out and find those solutions as you do the research. So that's going to give you a good handle on like how to begin coming up with your own ideas and then going out there to see if anybody supports those ideas. So after you've done that, you're going to begin your research process and begin researching the solutions. And this time we're going to be taking a look at least 3 reliable secondary sources and make sure you're using the ASU library databases for this research. After our discussion on bias and credible research, this is where you're going to find the best research for the solutions to your problem. So step 3, you can see you're going to be drafting a synthesis. So a synthesis of the sources is you're going to be putting together the ideas that you have and writing 3 paragraphs about possible solutions. So each solution paragraph is going to discuss a separate solution. Don't try to lump them all in one or mix them up. I want to see one distinct paragraph per solution that you discuss. But you can use more than one source per paragraph to support the solutions that you are proposing. Finally, you'll write a paragraph where you discuss the credibility of your sources and the usefulness for your project. And that's really just going to help to make sure that you're still in touch with those biases and, that you're really looking for experts here. And this is just really a good reminder for that part. Now, step 4, you're going to upload those documents. So this is something maybe a little new. You're going to be uploading this as a Word document or PDF to the assignments for my review, and then also here for a peer review. And then the computer will either assign you a peer or I'll have to go in and manually assign them. We'll see what happens. Sometimes I have to end up manually assigning them. So I'll do that as quickly as possible. If you don't have the assignment turned in on time, then you may see a slight delay in your peer review assignment. Okay, so go ahead and read those submissions requirements. Use that as a checklist before submitting, and that'll just make sure that you're on target and you have everything included in the assignment before you turn it in. And of course, review the rubric as always. Use that as a checklist to make sure that everything is included in that assignment. So if you hit the next button, you'll see this is where the peer review will take place. And so in this area, this is where you're going to be submitting your research for the peer review. And this is also where you'll be able to see the peers that you have been assigned to. And like I said, this process might take a day or two, depending on when you turn it in, whether it's late, etc. if I have to manually assign you to your peers. So you'll be completing 2 peer reviews for this particular assignment. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me or the writing mentor. The writing mentor will be reviewing this assignment. I'll be taking a look at the proposal, of course, but your writing mentor will take a look at the peer reviews. And so then the next thing will be the argument plan. So this is going to take maybe 2 to 3 hours to complete. You might want to set aside a little extra time depending on how much practice you've had with using rhetoric and thinking about arguments in general. Some students have a lot of experience writing arguments and other students do not. So just try to gauge how much experience you've had and plan accordingly. So this is an invention type assignment that you're going to be planning out the solution proposal for the problem that you've researched. So as you can see, there's step-by-step instructions where you're going to describe the problem, explain why it's a serious problem that needs solving, discuss your target audience, take a look at the genre. And then in step 2, you'll be explaining your proposed solution and the rhetorical considerations. So if you just go through this checklist of the 5 different things that are included here, you're going to have a pretty comprehensive assignment to turn in. So just make sure to hit each of these 5 target areas, and you will be able to craft your assignment. It will hit the 700-word minimum and contain all of the pieces that you will need to move forward onto the next module. Now, as you can see in step 3 here, we're going to be focusing a little bit on the preliminary thesis. So you're going to state your main claim and the reasons for that claim. And don't worry if your thesis needs some modification. I'll make suggestions about that. And your thesis may change throughout the writing process, and that's just fine. So this is just a preliminary thesis that we'll begin with, and then we can move forward from there, and I'll give you some feedback on how to move forward so that you can be as successful as possible with this information. And that pretty much wraps up module 4 for us. Good luck. I will get you your feedback soon on your previous work, and I look forward to the week.